From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 5.
Because it could be anybody. It could be your grandma, grandparents. So that's the sad part, because they can't defend themselves as well.
We've got your back tonight with a warning from police about a new trend. They are calling it jugging.
And this is when thieves follow their victim from a bank and steal their cash. The most recent victim, a 71-year-old woman in Oklahoma City. Fox 25's Connor Hansen has more on the crime tonight. So Connor, how did it happen this time?
Mike, Wendy, the woman, not knowing she was being followed, stopped in this neighborhood to drop off a bike for her grandchild. She was chatting with a relative when thieves ran up to her car and stole an envelope with more than $600 in cash in it. This is the street where Tara Duff says her 71-year-old relative pulled up to drop off her kid's bike. She says it's usually a busy area in the middle of the afternoon.
I was outside with my ex-mother-in-law, and I just walked out to help her get a bike out of the back of the car. And so as we were taking the bike out, a car pulled up in that driveway.
Police say this is the car she's talking about, caught by a security camera. Tara Duff says she didn't think much of it, but while they chatted in the front yard, they noticed a woman rummaging through her car and take off with her money.
I jumped in the middle of the door, and so did my kid's grandma. And so we're standing in the door, but they still backed out. And as they pulled off, she fell.
The 71-year-old hit her head and her hip on the pavement. Police say the woman was followed after cashing a check at a nearby bank. It's something they're seeing more often.
Just like with most of the other cases, she went to a bank where the suspects often are sitting in a parking lot and just waiting for victims to come out.
Now, police are warning people to be cautious when picking up cash.
We want people to be aware of their surroundings. If you think you're being followed, if you're withdrawing cash and you think somebody's watching you, paying an unusual amount of attention to you, or following you home, dial 911.
The robbery is something that has stuck with the 71-year-old victim.
She's nervous, she's scared, she's looking around. I mean, everywhere she goes, I think she's always on high alert about everything. She's checking everybody out.
Investigators say this is likely the same group of suspects committing these crimes traveling here from the Houston, Texas area. They say they're usually in different cars and wait outside different banks. Wendy?
All right, Connor, thank you. Police are asking for your help identifying these suspects. If you do have any information, you should call Crime Stoppers immediately. Oklahoma City police also need your help catching these guys. In this video, you can see the group putting fireworks inside someone's truck and lighting them. The truck ended up catching fire. It was a total loss. If you have any information on this case, call Crime Stoppers 235-7000. Now to a murder case in Moore. On Sunday, a former youth pastor was found dead in his home, and police arrested his son, Jacob Barber, in Texas. New court documents just unsealed say Jacob argued with his father, Glenn Barber, daily. The court documents also reveal Jacob had struggled with mental illness, saying he'd been to several mental institutions but had refused to take his medication. Barber's now back in Cleveland County in the jail there, facing a murder charge. Glenn Barber was laid to rest this afternoon.
And we are following a developing story in southwest Oklahoma City. That is where for the last 2 hours, Oklahoma City police and their bomb squad have been investigating a suspicious package. We have just gotten word within the last 2 minutes that the all clear has been given. I've pulled up a map of where this is happening. This is near Newcastle Road and South Rockwell. Now, police just gave us an update. They say the bomb squad technicians determined that a device found was a hand grenade, but was not a live explosive device. Now, what we are told is that this was found when a repossession company was doing inventory. This call came in around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Again, just in the last 2 minutes, the all clear has been given. We will, of course, continue following this story for any updates here at the live desk.
Jennifer, thank you. We are just 2 days away from the start of school, and Oklahoma City is scrambling to set up a new building for about 350 students. In May, Seaworth Academy relinquished its charter after allegations of financial mismanagement. OKCPS planned to open its own alternative school in the same building to meet the needs of the existing students. But just this week, the district says Seaworth changed its mind and will not give up the lease to the property. Now the students will move into the Putnam Heights Elementary School building, which was closed under the Pathway to Greatness plan.
We know that What's most important is not the building itself, but the interaction and the engagement that occurs between teacher and student, and then the families as well. So we're very excited about it. Certainly was not our plan A, but we are very pleased with this as our plan moving forward for the 1920 school year.
The new school will be called Putnam Heights Academy, and the student start date will be delayed to Wednesday, August 21st. Families were notified of the change today. Well, it seems like we've had a nice little break from all the heat this week.
Fox 25 chief meteorologist Jeff George has got your back talking about our next weather maker. What's it look like, Jeff?
Well, our next weather maker is making some rain right now in western Oklahoma, so it's pretty nice. It's keeping you guys just a little bit cooler, and looking at our satellite and radar, this is not a big deal. So we have some scattered light rain for you guys out to the west, but it is pretty nice. At the end of July, at the hottest time of the year, some summer showers coming on down, but central and eastern Oklahoma are nice and dry. So this evening, a few passing showers out to the west, no thunderstorms, and that rain and the cloud cover keeping you guys 1, maybe 2 degrees cooler, while the rest of us are sitting in the middle to upper 80s to right around 90. Again, well below the average. This evening up until about 9 or 10, a 20-30% chance of a light shower in western parts of the state. Looking live right now at the SunTech SkyCam network, a mix of clouds and sunshine all across Oklahoma City. Looks great, 80s to about 90. We have not hit 90 yet in Oklahoma City this week, and actually it has been 8 degrees below normal. The average high the past 4 days, 87 degrees, very doable. The average high is supposed to be in the mid-90s, not even close. 80s for this evening, nice and toasty and dry. A hotter, stickier weekend is on the way, but a cool front comes in on Monday and more rain is possible. Your Storm Watch 7-day real soon.
One of the youngest survivors of the El Reno tornado got to leave the hospital and go home today. It has been 2 months since the EF3 tore through the trailer park and hotel, killing 2 people and injuring dozens more. 7-year-old Charisma was buried in the rubble. She had several broken bones and a brain bleed. Her mother tells Fox 25 they're thankful for the prayers and thankful for healing.
Everybody kept telling me, you know, kids are resilient, they heal fast, you know, they just jump right back into things, and 2 months, it's took her, and I mean, she's perfect.
The family spent the afternoon at Frontier City to celebrate Charisma's homecoming. We're going to have much more from Charisma and that family celebration tonight at 9. We've got your back as history is made for 2 Oklahoma communities today. City officials opening the new James Nance Bridge connecting Purcell and Lexington. Fox 25 Sharday Gray was at the ribbon cutting ceremony. She's got your back with why this is a big deal for 2 small towns.
Bridges are about connecting and uniting.
That's what happened Friday morning, uniting the Purcell and Lexington communities back together again.
1, 2, 3.
The first bridge had its grand opening back in 1938, back when Leela Dodds was only 10 years old.
This was a big deal when it first opened, and Mr. Nance was here and all the dignitaries, and, you know, they named the bridge after him.
They named the bridge after James C. Nance, a longtime area newspaper reporter and state lawmaker. A person who was also there is former Purcell Mayor Ron Fishburne.
I was 5 years old whenever my father and them, we were running a grocery store up in Goldsby, and he brought me down here.
ODOT officials tell us the bridge carries an average of about 10,000 vehicles per day, and the project, which started in 2017 and ended this summer, cost up to $38 million.
The structure of the bridge has made a vast difference, which you can visibly see going from 2 to 4 lanes. But it's more than a bridge. It's a reconnection of 2 communities.
It's just a good feeling. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have it open and have our connection to our lives back together.
But Shelley West says the process of reconnecting the communities hasn't been so smooth.
The bridge went down. We lost a lot of our clients to Lexington area, Noble area.
But she says business has came back. And now that their lifeline is back open,
and it's just going to grow and grow and grow from here to get everybody back together.
Sharday Gray, Fox 25 News.
We've got you back with a warning about an upcoming lane closure that might just affect your commute next week. Beginning on Monday, the northbound traffic near MacArthur in Shawnee will be narrowed down to one lane in between Kickapoo and Harrison. The Shawnee News Star is reporting this closure will last for 1 week. Construction crews will be working on sidewalks and traffic signals in the area. And now to a traffic alert in Edmond. You're looking at the city's Facebook page. The railroad crossing at 15th and Fretz remains closed today for some repairs. This is just west of Broadway. As a reminder, the crossing will be closed to all traffic until next Friday, so be sure to take an alternate route.
A Tulsa man who unsuccessfully ran for governor arrested twice in a 24-hour period. Police say Chris Barnett was arrested 2 days ago for shooting a process server. This time he's not going anywhere for a while. He's being held without bond. The SWAT team showed up at his house and used their large truck to break down his front door. Inside, officers found several guns and thousands of rounds of ammo. The man he shot is expected to be okay. Epic charter schools will get public tax dollars this year. State investigators accused Epic of illegally inflating its enrollment and using ghost students to embezzle state funds. State Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister says OSBI investigators advise the Oklahoma State Department of Education to not disrupt services provided to Epic students. Epic has denied any wrongdoing and has not been charged. The state will announce how much the charter school will get in early August after reporting enrollment numbers.
A lot of buzz about the grand opening of the Scissortail Park and about guns being allowed at the concert. The park opens on September 27th. It starts off with a free Kings of Leon concert. The Oklahoman is reporting that people can bring guns to that concert. The park is a municipal park, meaning that licensed gun owners are allowed to carry their weapons on park property. And this does apply to open and concealed carry. Plans for the concert include building a fence around the park with about a dozen entrances staffed by security. A new report from the CDC shows that death rates are rising for young people.
Coming up, we dig deeper into that report.
We've got your back with a very special celebration. It is Smokey Bear's 75th birthday, and we're celebrating at the Oklahoma City Zoo. Coming up on Fox 25 News at 5.
Some concerning health news now. Death rates among young and middle-aged people appear to be on the rise. Meredith Wood has more on the surprising new death data and what may be behind it.
The U.S. is seeing a significant increase in recent death rates among young and middle-aged adults. That's according to a new report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Between 2012 and 2017, death rates climbed 21% among white and black adults ages 25 to 44. And 13% among Hispanic adults in the same age group. While the report didn't analyze what's behind the rise in mortality, doctors with the American Public Health Association say opioid abuse is likely to blame. To reverse this worsening health trend, experts say the U.S. should continue to focus on addressing the opioid epidemic as well as rates of obesity. Experts also encourage a healthier diet, more exercise, and ditching cigarettes and tobacco. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
Analysts say no improvements in cardiovascular health and in the fight against cancer likely also contributed to the recent rise in mortality rates. The World Health Organization speaking out against electronic cigarettes and heated nicotine products. They're urging smokers and government officials to not trust the claims from cigarette companies, as their products are part of a harm reduction strategy. The electronic cigarettes containing nicotine but not tobacco were promoted as a way to quit smoking, but there was no evidence to justify the claim.
So that's one of the reasons that many countries are finding it difficult to make progress, because the industry's gone into creating new and novel products and pushing the governments to have less regulatory compliances.
According to WHO's report, cigarettes still account for 97% of the global tobacco market.
May's historic flooding really hurt a lot of businesses around Green Country, including one of Tulsa's biggest moneymakers, River Spirit Casino. Well, today the pool reopened almost 1 month after the rest of that casino opened. Haley Huey with our sister station in Tulsa was at the pool today and has more.
It's hard to believe this was covered in floodwaters over a month ago.
We were excited for the summer to come on. It's our busiest time of the year. we were geared up, ready to go, and then the water came up and kind of took that away from us.
The Arkansas River shut down River Spirit Casino for a month. While the casino and hotel opened back up a few weeks ago, the hardest hit areas, the pool, spa, and fitness center, still needed repairs.
It was a little bit scary, to be honest. It was, one of those more stressful times we've had in our career here.
Crews worked around the clock to get this place back in business. The historic floods weren't something the casino was expecting.
When they say 100-year flood, you kind of expect that you have a while to kind of wait for it and see when it's going to happen. But that's why our engineers built this building the way that they did. We have plenty of piers to keep the building stable.
River Spirit made the choice to pay its employees while it was closed, and 90% of them stayed with the resort. The casino says those employees played a huge role in why they're open today.
We couldn't have done this without our employees. That was a big part of it. And, that was a decision by our executive team and our tribal leadership that they felt it was a necessary thing, and we all agreed that we wanted to open back up with our employees that were here when we had to close.
Now it's back to bringing a little paradise to Tulsa.
We're just excited to be open, excited to be down here, be able to serve the guests, and get back to what everybody came here looking for, that little escapism.
That was Haley Huey reporting from Tulsa. That hotel has been sold out each weekend since it opened back up. The fitness and spa center are still closed, and they will likely open back up in a couple of months.
The OKC Dodgers hosting a fun event at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. This is a live look at Bricktown right now. Tonight is Hometown Heroes Night, honoring local military members and their families. First pitch against Memphis is at 7:05. Dodgers players and coaches will wear special camouflage jerseys, which will be auctioned off later. Proceeds will benefit the OKC Dodgers Baseball Foundation. There will be a pregame flyover and postgame fireworks. Military families and employees will be honored during the game.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're having a nice day so far. Yeah, we do have some summer showers out here for you guys in western Oklahoma. It's a nice little break from all this summertime heat. We've seen below average temperatures all week anyways, and these showers are helping out. So mainly we've been bone dry for a while. These are mostly light showers, a little bit of wet weather out here for you folks the next few hours. Central and eastern parts of the state, to include Oklahoma City, dry weather for the rest of the evening. High pressure does build in this weekend. That means temperatures will get cranking. Humidity picks up a little bit too. Noticeably, that humidity will be higher this weekend. And then we hit Monday. Cold front comes swinging through Oklahoma. Small chance for rain with a very small drop in those temperatures. Yeah, so a few showers, scattered showers in western Oklahoma for a couple more hours by 10, 11:30. All that rain is gone, not just for this evening, but really for the whole weekend. So to start off your Friday evening, we'll be in the 80s. Pretty darn pleasant. Low humidity rules once again, and a great sunset if you happen to be out and about. 60s overnight, 64 in Oklahoma City, and that's how we kick off the weekend. Somewhere in those low to mid 60s, just nice and comfy. A light summer breeze kicking throughout the day. That should put us in the 70s by 9. 80s at 11, the hottest day since Sunday tomorrow, because we'll hit the 90s for the first time since last weekend. 91 degrees, a little more humid. You will pick up on that. Lots of sunshine. So tomorrow and Sunday, it'll feel about 1 or 2 degrees hotter. Humidity cranks up even a little bit more starting next week along with that heat. So it'll feel 3 or 4 degrees higher. As we head into next week, temperatures are going up too, and we will be having another heat wave. On Sunday, 94 degrees, partly cloudy skies. On Monday, 92, only spotty rain is possible with that cool front coming in. So it's pretty wimpy. Temperatures drop 1, maybe 2 degrees, so nothing to get excited about. And we're going to be real careful most of next week. Starting on Tuesday, high temperatures work their way into the upper 90s and low 100s, and that's where they stay until the end of next week. And those feels like temperatures once again right around 100 or higher, so we have to be ready for that. Again, it is the middle of summer, and this is the hottest time of the year. We got a big brief break this week. Boy, was it nice.
It was nice, and you know what? Jeff had a pretty busy day today.
Yeah, this guy was sworn into the Air Force Reserve during an enlistment ceremony at Tinker Air Force Base. We're very, very proud of you. How did it go, though?
It went pretty nice, and it was a nice day. Luckily, we were just outside Tinker Air Force Base, and I've been in the Oklahoma National Guard the past couple years, 2.5 years, and a really big opportunity came up to serve with the 507th at Tinker Air Force Base. Couldn't pass it up, so I'm going to take it. and I signed a 3-year enlistment today. And but I plan on staying in until either I'm too old or until they kick me out, which probably are not too far away.
Is that the same? Is that...
Yeah, there's not a big difference there.
Well, we're excited for you, and we thank you for your continued service.
You
It's pretty
betcha.
exciting.
Thanks.
He wears lots of hats around here. It is party time at the Oklahoma City Zoo.
And walking on the wild side today is Fox 25's Shelby Love, and she says that this is a special day, right, Shelby?
That's right. It is a very special day out here at the Oklahoma City Zoo. It is Smokey Bear's 75th birthday, and who better to talk to than Mark Goller? He's a state forester. So tell us about the importance of Smokey Bear.
Smokey Bear is very important to us because he's our symbol of fire prevention here in the state and also across the nation.
And so when we hear Smokey Bear and his slogan, "Only you can prevent wildfires," I automatically think of places, like California, but you were saying it's actually important in Oklahoma too.
It's extremely important. We've been in the top 10, 7 out of the last 8 years for acres burned in the nation. And so we really need to focus on fire prevention here in Oklahoma because of the impact it has to lives and property and also to our natural resources.
So what can we do to help prevent these things? What precautions should we take?
What we should do is watch for anything when we're outdoors, what could spark a wildfire. We need to be sure and put out our campfires. We need to look at, where we grill, pay attention to the weather so that we're not burning outdoors on days that a fire could start. Also, one of the things that people really don't realize is dragging a chain down the road, like when they're going to the lake and their boat chains are dragging or they're driving on the rim. The sparks from that start a lot of fires alongside our road. So watch for those kind of things. Anything that could spark a fire, we need to be careful for.
Yeah, lots of great things to keep in mind to keep our state safer, especially in this Oklahoma heat. We definitely don't want any of those fires starting.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the history of Smokey Bear himself.
Yeah, Smokey was discovered on a wildfire in New Mexico 75 years ago, and he became our icon, our symbol for fire prevention here in the United States. His message today is as true as it was then.
That's so great, and people are having a great time celebrating his birthday all day long here at the Oklahoma City Zoo. I mean, so many great things happening. We just saw a bear eating up some treats, and a black bear, which is what Smokey Bear was. So we're having a great time out here at the Oklahoma City Zoo. Back to you guys.
From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis. A man accused of plotting to bomb a church in Pittsburgh is pleading not guilty to terrorism charges. Authorities say Mustafa Musab al-Awimer, a Syrian refugee, was inspired by ISIS and had detailed plans to bomb a small Christian church. Al-Awimer was arrested last month after meeting with an undercover FBI agent. From the Terrorism Alert Desk in Washington, I'm Lindsay Mastis.
From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 News at 5:30.
The communities of Purcell and Lexington are once again connected.
City officials cut the ribbon opening the new James Nance Bridge. That bridge carries an average of about 10,000 cars and vehicles per day. The old bridge was built in 1938 and was closed from January 31st to June 13th of 2014 due to cracks found in numerous bridge beams caused by welding. Work began on the new bridge in late 2017 and was completed this summer. We talked with one woman who was there in 1938 and then there again today.
Oh, such an improvement. But in 38, we thought it was wonderful.
During the project, drivers had to use a 45-minute detour to travel between cities. That new bridge is a modern 4-lane with shoulders and protected bicycle and pedestrian pathways.
Right now, Edmond police are taking to social media to warn residents there about a scam. Let's go live right now to Twitter, where Edmond police just tweeted this out: a scam alert. We will not call and say you have a warrant for your arrest demanding payment. This is a scam. Even if they mention specific officers by name, don't send money for these types of calls. They're instead asking you to contact the court clerk's office with any warrant questions. Again, they will never call you and ask for money over the phone. We will, of course, continue to look out for any other scam warnings here at the Live Desk.
Police are also warning about an increase in what they call jugging. Now, this is when thieves wait in a bank parking lot for someone to leave with cash and then follow them home and try to steal it. Police in Oklahoma City say the most recent victim is a 71-year-old woman. She was hurt when the suspects pulled away, knocking her over with one of their open car doors. Those suspects got away with more than $600, and now police are warning people to be cautious when they pull out cash.
We want people to be aware of their surroundings. If you think you're being followed, if you're withdrawing cash and you think somebody's watching you, paying an unusual amount of attention to you, or following you home, dial 911.
Investigators say it's likely the same group of suspects committing these crimes, traveling here from the Houston area. They say the thieves usually have different cars and wait at different banks. If you have any information, you should call Crime Stoppers immediately. One of the youngest survivors of the El Reno tornado was able to leave the hospital and go home today. It's been 2 months since the EF3 tore through the trailer park and hotel, killing 2 people and injuring dozens more. That right there is 7-year-old Charisma. She was buried in the rubble. She had several broken bones and a brain bleed. Her mother tells Fox 25 that they're very thankful for her prayers and healing. The family spent the afternoon at Frontier City to celebrate her homecoming. We're going to have more from Charisma and the family celebration coming up tonight at 9.
Now, your Fox 25 Storm Watch forecast from the Reynolds Ford Weather Center.
No severe weather this evening, but we do have a few showers, light to moderate showers in western Oklahoma. Take a look. So a nice break from the heat that we have been having this week. Even though we've had below average temperatures, we've still been around 90 out to the west, but all the cloud cover and these light to moderate showers are keeping you guys a little bit cooler this afternoon. So it's pretty nice. A mix of clouds and sunshine in central Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, and nothing but sunny out to the west. So satellite and radar showing mostly cloudy skies. And we do have some scattered, sometimes light to moderate rain. So you guys may get a little bit wet out to the west this evening, and those showers go away in just a little bit. So yeah, the clouds and the rain keeping you guys just a couple degrees cooler. Still feels uncomfortable in those low to mid 80s. The rest of us in the middle to upper 80s, pushing 90s. So we'll give it about 20-30% chance of some showers. Really not too many thunderstorms out to the west, so we're not worried about any kind of lightning ruining your evening plans. Central and eastern Oklahoma, nice and dry. SunTech Skycam Network, partly to mostly cloudy skies. We're 85 right now in Oklahoma City. We have not hit 90 yet this week. And actually, we have been 8 degrees below normal this whole entire week in the metro. The average high the past 4 days, 87 degrees. We're supposed to be in the mid 90s. So a great week. 80s this evening, nice and toasty and dry. Hotter and stickier this weekend, that's for sure. Cool front Monday, so more rain is possible, and then another heat wave kicks off next week. Storm Watch 7-day real soon.
It may be summer, but college students should already be looking for ways to fund their next semester in college, and not all student loans are the same. Fox 25's Maria Garcia's got your back with which type of loan might be right for you. It is tonight's Consumer Watch.
If the growing student loan crisis is any indication, the ideal way to pay for college is with cash. But with many schools costing tens of thousands of dollars to complete, that's just not possible for everyone.
That's where student loans come in. Generally, you'll fill out a FAFSA application and then you'll see what kind of aid you qualify for. There are federal loans and private loans. The federal loans have some extra perks like a fixed interest rate and income-driven repayment plans. Here are the federal loans to know about. Direct subsidized, those are based on financial need. Direct unsubsidized, those are not based on need. Plus loans are made to students and parents, and they require a credit check oftentimes. Now, if you qualify for a subsidized loan, opt for that first. After that, be very careful with what you ask to borrow. While you're in school, it's important to borrow as little as possible so you don't owe tens of thousands of dollars or more before you even graduate. Consider getting a part-time job to pay for things like books, rent, or food, and use the loan money for tuition. Another common way to save money is to opt for doing the first years of college in a community college and then transferring to a larger school later.
If that is your solution, remember to ask which classes will transfer to the school you want to end up in. Otherwise, you run the risk of having wasted money on a class that won't transfer. That means taking it again, possibly at an even more expensive school. Maria Garcia, Fox 25 Consumer Watch.
The Better Business Bureau finds military families are at higher risk for fraud. The BBB scam tracker says they lose a median of $200 when falling victim to a scam. That's 32% more than the $152 reported by all consumers in 2018. Military consumers often make quicker purchasing decisions than the general population because they have to relocate. Moving to a new location can also make it difficult to find secure, stable employment for spouses and other family members.
For most of us, August means barbecues, vacations, or finding a pool or ocean to splash around in. But for members of Congress, it means facing those constituents back home during a long recess from the Capitol. And as Sinclair correspondent James Rosen reports, for the top lawmaker in the House, this summer recess will mean fresh questions about where she stands on impeaching the president.
Walking a tightrope as lawmakers head into a 6-week recess, sure to feature lively town halls in their home districts. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Friday again held off on endorsing impeachment proceedings against President Trump while keeping the door open.
We will proceed when we have what we need to proceed, not one day sooner.
House Judiciary Chairman Gerald Nadler later provided an example of what the Speaker needs before proceeding.
Much of the investigation by the special prosecutor or the special counsel was in the form of grand jury presentations. And that's what and you have to see that.
Allies of President Trump, meantime, believe the Mueller hearings helped spotlight the mysteries surrounding the origins of the Trump-Russia probe in 2016, when GOP lawmakers claim senior Justice Department and FBI officials allegedly abused their powers to spy on the Trump campaign. Specifically, Republicans focused attention on a witness who, according to the Mueller report, lied to the FBI but was never charged. Joseph Mifsud, the London professor, said by the special counsel to have alerted the Trump campaign that Russia had dirt on Hillary Clinton in the form of thousands of emails.
You charge Rick Gates for false statements. You charge Paul Manafort for false statements. You charge Michael Cohen with false statements. You charge Michael Flynn, a 3-star general, with false statements. But the guy who puts the country through this whole saga, starts it all for 3 years we've lived this now, he lies, and you guys don't charge him.
I'm struggling to understand why you didn't indict Joseph Mifsud, who seems to be the man in the middle of all of this.
I have said all I'm going to be able to say with regard to Mr. Mifsud.
The Justice Department did not respond to our request for comment as to whether it is reviewing the case of Professor Mifsud, but Republicans suspect the authorities' curious treatment of him may relate to the claim by former FBI Director James Comey that Mifsud is, quote, a Russian agent. On Capitol Hill, James Rosen.
Well, some people always seem to be looking for the fountain of youth.
Coming up, we've got your back with the new research that could delay aging.
We got your back on a very special celebration. We're celebrating Smokey Bear, and what birthday is complete without a cool treat? We'll tell you more coming up on Fox 25 News at 5:30.
People looking for the proverbial fountain of youth may head to the nearest cosmetics counter or plastic surgeon, but that stuff really only goes skin deep. Emily Bauckham with our sister station in San Antonio takes us inside some groundbreaking research that might just help delay aging from the inside.
At Texas Biomedical Research Institute,
it's not on the plane of the cells, yeah.
Scientists hope to find the antidote to aging, the breakthrough to living better.
What does living better mean to you? Better would mean to me lower risk of cancers, lower risk of cardiovascular disease, better mobility.
Dr. Karina Ross believes these marmosets could hold the answer.
They're non-human primates, so they are evolutionarily very similar to humans.
Taking a drug that's FDA approved for organ transplants and seeing how it helps the animals as they get older.
So far in the marmosets aging, it seems to be improving kidney health and cognitive health. So it's not a cure for Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, but it might help delay that onset.
When you work in this lab, are you thinking about the families out there struggling?
Exactly. That's really what impacts us on a daily basis.
Dr. Marcel Doughty and his team are also targeting diseases that impact cognitive skills like your memory and speech, because as you age,
And the cells become weaker, and then we start to see inefficiencies in functioning, in mental capacities.
they're testing an FDA-approved cancer drug on aging baboons using touchscreens to test brain function and motor skills.
It's a system that tests the cognitive ability of the animal, and to basically improve the animal's working memory and also ability to solve problems.
So far, the results are promising. The scientists say their goal is to help older adults stay healthy and independent.
It's not necessarily about living longer. Our team doesn't want 130-year-old individuals that are stuck in nursing homes and have Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Instead, we want those 80 and 90-year-olds that can live independently and have health and be able to go out and enjoy their lives.
And that was Emily Bauckham reporting from San Antonio. We've got your back with some weekend events. There's a live look at Norman right now. The city wants you to be a tourist for the day. Tomorrow, attractions all across the city will have discounts and incentives to get people to enjoy that city. This includes museums, retail districts, and restaurants. This is an all-day event. If you'd like to find out more information, download the Visit Norman app.
It is a big celebration for the American icon of fire safety, Smokey Bear. It is his 75th birthday today. Fox 25 Shelby Love is there where the Oklahoma City Zoo is showing their bears a little extra love on this special day. Right, Shelby?
Yeah, that's right. Today is a very special day indeed. I'm talking with Candace Reynolds, who's the PR director of the Oklahoma City Zoo. What does this day mean to you guys?
So we are so excited to be celebrating the 75th birthday of really the world's most famous animal ambassador, Smokey Bear. I mean, he's just one of those that everybody grew up with, and he has such a great message. So when the Oklahoma Forestry Services reached out and said, hey, let's partner together on this, we were all in. Just like Smokey, the Oklahoma City Zoo is dedicated to protecting and preserving our country and our, planet's wild places. So we were like, absolutely, we just want to celebrate with him.
And you guys are doing a lot of cool things to celebrate the day, including earlier we had a little enrichment thing that we got to get some video of. That was so much fun. Tell us about that.
Yes. So, Smokey's got his big day. Well, we have black bears and grizzly bears here at the Oklahoma City Zoo. And we wanted to celebrate them as well. So both the black bears and the grizzly bears, they all got giant ice treats today, and they were filled with some of their favorite foods, and our guests really enjoyed watching them interact with their treats.
I enjoyed watching it too. I kind of was jealous a little bit. It looked like really yummy. So what other things are you doing today to celebrate Smokey Bear's 75th birthday?
Yeah, so our activities are going till 2 o'clock and are free with zoo admission. We're set up here in Big Rivers at Oklahoma Trails. We have free giveaways for the kids, tattoos, and a giant birthday card that everybody can sign for Smokey.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm going to be signing that card as well today. Such a fun day celebrating. Thank you for letting us come out and be a part of the celebration. Back to you guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a real nice Friday. Well, we've had below average temperatures all week. Now, temperatures are even lower for you folks in western Oklahoma because we do have cloudy skies and some light to moderate rain. So the rain is moving from north to south, as you can see. So some scattered light to moderate rain is possible for you guys this evening up until about 8 or 9 o'clock. High pressure does build into Oklahoma as we head into the weekend. That will increase the temperatures and humidity, darn it. And then on Monday, cool front comes in that will give us a very small chance for rain and a small drop in the temperatures. That's a pretty wimpy front, not strong like the last one we had earlier this week. But this evening, you can see the showers disappear around 8 or 9 and they stay gone all the way through the weekend. So for this evening, mostly in the 80s, pretty darn pleasant. It's going to be a great sunset if you are going to be out and about. And we're dropping back into the 60s this evening, down to 64 in Oklahoma City. Not a record low, but we did set 2 record lows this week. On Wednesday morning, we tied it with 59 degrees, and this morning we smashed the old record low of 63 degrees. We dropped down to about 60. I don't think we're going to see any 50s anytime soon, but 60s, Yeah, that ain't bad. We'll take it. That's how we start off the weekend, just nice and comfy. A light summer breeze throughout your Saturday. We should be in the 70s by 9, 80s at 11. The hottest day since Sunday because we do hit 90, 91 degrees, and that stinks because it was a real nice run without those 90s. A little more humid, lots of sunshine for tomorrow, but we do barely get into the 90s with that 91. Humidity will also be increasing starting this weekend. Not crazy high. So tomorrow and Sunday, it'll feel about 1 to 2 degrees higher, and then most of next week, heat and humidity all get cranking, so it will feel 3 to 5 degrees hotter. Nice weekend to hit the pool, that's for sure. 94 and partly cloudy on Sunday, 92 on Monday with some spotty light showers coming in with that front. So not much of a drop in the temperature, so hardly noticeable with that front coming in on Monday. And right behind that, Tuesday and a Friday, upper 90s to low 100s. Please be careful.
We all know that Halloween is on October 31st, but this is a little spooky day that could change. Tens of thousands of people think that we should change when we celebrate Halloween from October 31st to the last Saturday of the month. The nonprofit Halloween and Costume Association launched the petition on change.org. Now, the argument for changing the date is that it's more convenient for those who work during the week and it's safer for trick-or-treaters.
Sign me up, I agree. All right, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Fox 25 at 7. It's First Responders Live. Then at 8, don't miss MasterChef. It's all ahead for you tonight on Fox 25, followed by the primetime news at 9.
And it was not very summer-like this week. We set another record low temperature this morning. No one's complaining, but yeah. Summertime temperatures do come back this weekend. 94 on Sunday, partly cloudy, upper 90s, low 100s next week. Please be careful.
Is that the sound we're going to make when we walk outside? Okay, see you at 9.